podcast day.
Mm-hmm. I got my cup of coffee. I guess it's a cup. It's a metal cup of water. I got my underwear. I'm all set.
You don't want a nice monster?
No, 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 no.
Pretty late in your day for a cup of coffee. You gotta just go straight into the monster.
No, I had too many monsters this week. I gotta save it for tonight, Revving up for it.
You gotta limit yourself.
Yeah, that's how you stay responsible, kids. You gotta limit your energy drink intake. You can't just be binging it all the time.
Substitute one caffeine drink for another.
Of course, yeah. But this is the caffeine drink that everybody says is fine. Coffee, yeah. I drink coffee. I drink like 5 cups of coffee. And then you tell them I drink one energy drink, and they're like, oh my God, how are you not dead?
So what is actually like if you're drinking a non-sugar energy drink, like it's not that bad then.
It's not.
Why is it any worse than I don't know how much caffeine is in an energy drink versus a cup of coffee? Why is it any worse than 2 or 3 cups of coffee?
Well, that's the thing. If you drink 2 or 3 cups of coffee, it's basically the same as one energy drink. So there's not really much difference. I guess the difference would be the sweeteners. If someday it's discovered that the sweetener causes some horrible, debilitating disease, well, that's future Igor's problem. But that's probably why people are hesitant about them. Because, they add a bunch of stuff in there that you don't necessarily know what's in there. It's like cigarettes, right? Like, if cigarettes were just pure, whatever, they claim that they are in all the advertising in the old days, then sure, they'd be fine. But because they add all the other junk, all the carcinogens, then of course they're not good for you.
That is true.
But
you said that's for the future. We haven't discovered that yet.
Exactly, and I take the lesser of all evils by drinking the energy drinks. I could be drinking turpentine, but I'm not doing that, am I? Thank you very much.
That is a choice.
That's a choice, exactly. I like the smell of turpentine. I would gladly, maybe not gladly drink it, but I do like the smell of turpentine. Hey, that's a good topic. Let's talk about this. What do you think of smells? What kind of smells do you like, and what kind of smells do you dislike? I like the smell of gasoline.
No.
You don't like the smell of gasoline? All right.
I like smells that people actually like.
Well, what does that mean?
Well, not turpentine and
some people like the smell of gym socks.
Gasoline.
Are you a fan of those?
No.
All right.
But the majority of people actually like.
Have you done a statistical analysis to say that it's a majority?
I'm going to tell you right now that the majority of people do not like gym socks.
I believe you. So give me one example though.
Well, flowers.
Do you have specific flowers? Because there's some flowers that smell like like semen. So I don't know. You can't just say flowers, I think.
We're probably not talking about those flowers.
All right. Go on.
Roses, tulips, daffodils, petunias, lilies.
Dandelions?
I don't really know what dandelions smell like.
Yeah, I don't think they have a smell. But if you sniff the ones that are like dead, the ones where they're not yellow anymore, I don't think it's good for you. Those puffy seeds or whatever they are, they go into your nose and you start sneezing.
They could settle in your nose. You could grow dandelions in your nose.
Oh, that'd be an amazing, Souls game enemy. Come on. Wouldn't you be amazed by that? I would be like, whoa, they took my idea.
How do you know they don't already have that?
I just assume. But you're right, it could be. They could have something like that.
I don't want to spoil anything, but they might.
Is that the final boss? The final secret boss of Elden Ring is Dandelion Man?
Well, you got to play it, and then you'll know.
But let's think. So you like reasonable smells. How about the smell of liver being cooked? How do you feel about that?
Like people's liver?
No. Just like somebody's making liver for dinner and they're making it somehow.
I love liver, and I haven't had it in like 10 years.
But you love liver. Do you like the smell of it being made?
I mean, it's fine.
Okay, it's interesting because when I was younger,
I have strong opinions either way.
I despised liver because of the smell. Whenever it was being cooked, it just smelled awful to me. So I never liked liver from that point on.
Is it only because of the smell, though, or is it because it's liver?
It wasn't because it was liver. It was just because of the smell.
Because I feel like a lot of people don't like liver because it's liver. But realistically, liver is pretty good.
You could say that about any organ. You can eat hearts.
You can. People do.
Chicken hearts are a big deal over here. I don't eat them, but a lot of my friends do.
You should get into that.
Nah, they're too small for me. I need a big juicy one.
Yeah, but you eat them like chicken nuggets or something.
Well, that's what they do. That's the thing, right? They're not like deep fried or anything, but they're kind of
Listen,
chicken nugget size.
if there's enough chicken wings and chicken thighs and chicken breasts and chicken nuggets and whatever to go around, there's definitely enough chicken hearts.
Of course, yeah. You wouldn't want to waste it, so yeah, it makes sense.
You just go into the grocery store and buy a bag of McCain's chicken hearts.
Right next to the McCain home fries. Mix all of them up together, put them in a deep fryer, and boom, you got yourself some nice snacks for binge watching the next reality TV show.
Exactly. So there you go. Get into that.
Okay, so liver's good. Okay.
If you don't like livers purely because purely because it's liver, I suggest going to try it because it's worth it. Liver's good stuff. What else? Breakfast food is always great smelling food.
What, just generally speaking?
Yeah, pancakes, French toast, bacon and eggs.
So anything with butter and being fried up.
Well, sure, because cereal doesn't really smell like much, so.
Well, that's the thing, though. Like, I'm just wondering, what is it that makes breakfast food smell good? It's got to be some specific ingredient, right? I mean, bacon smells good because it's bacon. I guess that's a separate thing on its own. But like pancakes, French toast, on their own, they're just bready. But what is it about them that smells good?
Composition-wise, they're all pretty different, so. Pancakes are usually just some, I don't even know what pancakes are made out of.
It's just batter, right?
Yeah, but what's kind of batter?
They got eggs, don't they?
Yeah, eggs, flour. I don't know. I usually just use the premix stuff. So.
Eggs, flour, and maybe sugar.
Milk.
Is there milk in them?
I don't think there's any sugar in.
There's no sugar in pancakes?
No, I doubt it.
Damn, they're healthy. Wow.
That's why you load them up with...
condiments.
Yeah, maple syrup.
Maple syrup, Nutella, peanut butter, jam.
This recipe says a tablespoon of white sugar, salt, milk and butter, egg, flour, baking powder.
Baked goods. There we go. Baked goods smell good.
Baked goods do smell good.
You know, they do that when they're selling a home or, like, I guess, leasing it out or renting it out. They'll put some, well, either they'll bake real cookies in an oven to get the home to smell like them, or they'll use a spray that simulates that. How far we've come that we can just spray the oven and set it to bake, and it'll just magically smell like cookies.
That's true.
It's the future. I wonder, because you know how it works, right? Sometimes the body will salivate even though there's no food nearby, but like if you look at a picture of food or you have some other sensation of food, your body will think it's food time, and so it'll go into the physical response to food, so salivating and having an appetite, I guess. I wonder how far you can go with that. Because I've also seen things where somebody, they make these, I don't know if it's a scam, but they make these water dealies that it's like you'll smell something while drinking regular water and it'll mimic the taste. Like it'll make you feel like you're tasting something.
I wouldn't believe that, but maybe.
Well, again, it's just a trick, right? It's just to trick your brain.
I don't know how you can trick your brain to smell something without smelling it.
No. You smell it, but you don't taste it. Like the water is just regular tap water or whatever, wherever you get your plain water.
Oh, the water smells like other things.
No, it's a thing that attaches on top. As you're drinking, you smell something, but the water you get in is just water. The water is still just pure water, but you're just sniffing chemicals.
Well, yeah. What's the water for?
No, it's just to get people to drink water. Because, right, it's hard to get people to drink water sometimes. This is like the equivalent of having flavored water, but without the flavor. Just getting it through sniffing.
I mean, I guess if they need some sort of a stimulus to drink water, then yeah, okay. I guess smell might be a reasonable thing. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but
well, hey, this is the wave of the future we were talking about.
Yeah, but I think if you have a hard time drinking water,
you might have rabies.
But I don't know why you just wouldn't put a flavor something in it.
Well, they want to keep their bodies pure.
If you want to keep your bodies pure, then you're going to just drink the water. Nobody who has a hard time drinking water is saying, I want to keep my body pure. It's just, those are two completely contradictory.
You get this from YouTubers, TikTokers and YouTubers. These are the purest people ever.
They sure are.
Salt of the earth type, you know?
They salt the earth, all right. There's a lot of good smells out there, but not the bad ones.
I know one of your least favorite is the smell of death.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty. I feel like people don't understand how bad it is unless you smelt it.
I think it's done from an evolutionary standpoint that we feel so repulsed by it, because back in the old days, you smell that stuff and like, you get the hell out of there. You're going to get sick or die from that, from being around whatever is causing that smell.
Well, maybe, but you're gonna get sick and die from a lot of things that don't smell half as bad as that.
No, but still, it's just like the body does things that we don't necessarily know. Why is it doing this? Why is it worried about this? And I think it's just from the olden days of, well, this was originally really problematic, really dangerous. Probably not anymore, or probably not as much, but we still have that tendency. I wonder what'll happen. Like, how long will it take, do you think, for us to, how many generations until we drop certain things that are like inbuilt in us right now? I'm sure we've changed over the past, I don't know, even like 5,000 years, let's say. There's probably things that we don't do that like we've moved past in the past 5,000 years.
I think it takes a lot more than 5,000 years.
You think?
Well, I don't know. I've never read anything about any significant evolutionary traits we've picked up in just 5,000 years.
I'm talking like removing certain, being worried about certain things, anxieties that don't exist anymore. Because now people translate those anxieties into modern day anxieties unnecessarily sometimes.
I don't think so. I would be surprised. In the course of human evolution, even 5,000 years is we would have gotten rid of a lot of that. There's a lot of history between caveman days and even 5,000 years ago. I don't know what kind of anxieties we would have had that we wouldn't still need. I mean, it's all the same. Stay away from big animals.
Yeah, but how often do you run into big animals in the modern day? That's the type of stuff that's like, I'm wondering if we're ever going to lose that aversion.
I don't know. It's tricky. I don't know why we would ever lose that aversion because it's still useful. And there's still a very large subset of the human population who have to deal with that. You and I don't have to deal with that, but people in Africa or
Australia. Those spiders, they be large.
Well, it doesn't have to be spiders. They got crocodiles and alligators and
Do they have both in Australia? I thought they only had one of the two.
I don't know, whatever they have. They have plenty of dangerous stuff there. And I mean, we have plenty of dangerous stuff here. It's not even necessarily big animals. It's, we know snakes can be venomous. We know spiders can be venomous. There's a reason people don't like them. Those are still around. And it doesn't matter if a snake is not venomous. I think most people will be like, well, I don't know if it's venomous or not. So we're going to exercise caution. So I think we still deal with plenty of danger from wildlife. That aversion's never going to go away. I don't think that's something that, we're part of nature. So we're going to be wary of things that can harm us. I don't think the human condition or human society or whatever has changed that much in any several thousands of years that we wouldn't have almost the exact same worries to some degree. I'd be surprised. I mean, I don't know for sure, but I would be interested to know because I'd be surprised. Like if I think about the Greeks or the Egyptians, I'm not thinking that they lived a lower quality of life in many ways, although, Greeks seem to have had it pretty good, but I would still think that any concern I think I could have today is a concern they would have had back then. And I can't think of any concerns they would have had that I wouldn't to some degree. Like not as big of, like I said, not as big of a degree,
I mean, a lot of diseases back then were incurable.
Well, but the thing is we still have diseases. We still don't want to get diseases because there's no such thing as a disease that has a 100% cure rate today that didn't have a 100% cure rate 5,000 years ago. It might be a 95% cure rate, but there's still, you contract something, there's still, you contract the common cold and there's still a chance you're going to die. Like I said, I think the same human condition is still in existence now as back then that would cause us to have to be careful, just to a lesser degree. I don't know. That's my take on it anyways. I could be wrong.
Well, only time will tell. We just have to live long enough to realize whether we've changed evolutionarily speaking.
Yep, that's true. So I started watching the King of the Hill reboot.
Okay, and how's that going?
It's been pretty good.
Very nice.
They've done a very good job with it to get that old King of the Hill feel.
Yeah, I heard that the art style and how it looks and everything is very similar.
Yeah, but people have complained about it because it uses computer generation instead of hand drawn.
Yeah, but isn't that how it like all modern cartoons
well, that's the thing.
are like
That's what the showrunner, whoever said like it's not feasible to do hand drawn stuff in 2025. Everybody uses computer generation regardless how they started out. But I haven't noticed any difference. People are like, "Oh, I see a difference." I'm like, "Yeah, okay." There's always those people
the
that
purists.
say that there's always those people that say they see things, but I haven't noticed anything, and I guess that's the only opinion that really matters to me.
I think the reason why people complain sometimes is just because if it looks like it's high definition, which now it is, then of course it's going to look like it's different. It's, oh, I don't like this because it's different. But it's not necessarily because, oh, the computer generation made it look like it's bad. No, it's just because this is how it would look if you took the original show and put it into high definition.
I mean, the original show had high definition for the last 2 seasons or
Oh,
something.
I didn't get to that point. But it still looks different, eh?
I don't know. Not according to me. Not to me. It doesn't.
Oh, so
but,
the
to other people,
the way
it does.
that like the quality of the art style now looks very similar to how it did in the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, I think it's
Okay, well then that's great.
I think it's comparable.
Then I have no idea what people would complain about.
Well, like I said, it's people will be like, "Oh, I noticed things in the background." No, you don't. Like what do you just watch the fucking show? Like,
hey, you got to give people. I mean, that's all they have to work with.
Why is your fucking nose pushed against the TV screen, looking at the hedge don't look right?
They don't have anything else to do. It's very sad if you think about it. They're just Bill Dauterives. They're all Bill Dauterives.
I give this show an F. Like, get over it. It's the same people that'll be like in video games, they'll be like, "Oh, the frame rate dips from I can't run this game at 200,000 frames per second." So
well, that's a bit of an exaggeration. Nobody says 200,000. 240, 480. If it doesn't get up to 480 frames and stable, it's a 0 out of 10.
Yeah, this game runs at 480 frames, except for 5 seconds in the game where it drops to 477, so 0 out of 10.
Yeah, like, I get it.
It's the same group of people.
No, I never do that. I hate when games dip below 60 for like the worst times, but I'm usually okay.
I'm fine with 60. I'm fine with 30 as far as I'm concerned for most.
No,
games,
the worst is when it dips though. Like 30 consistent. I've dealt with that, right? I've played.
Oh yeah, if it goes into the 10s and 15s or whatever, I get it.
But if it jumps back and forth, it's like it just takes you out. Me anyway, it takes me out. It's like, oh man, I know there's a technical issue here. Whereas if it's always consistent,
well, yeah, because something like that, yeah, that's obvious, right? But like I said, there's people who will complain because they can't get 120 frames for every second of their game. So at absolutely ultra max super duper settings where they can see every leaf on every tree.
Oh, yeah, every hair on every head. We're getting to that point now. Microns.
So it's the same with the King of the So it's the same with the King of the Hill. You get those people that are like that, but honestly, it's fine. The biggest gripe I have is Dale's voice actor is terrible.
So they replaced the voice actor.
They did replace the voice actor, and I believe the person who voices him is the voice actor who played Cotton in the original series.
Oh, okay.
So I would think that he'd be able to do the voice because I feel like those voices are kind of the same, but he doesn't. I mean, I'm only on episode 4 of 10, so I haven't watched too far in, so maybe he gets better. That's my hope anyways.
To be fair, he's also gotten older, and he did smoke a lot, so you could argue that his voice has changed as a result.
That's how I'm trying to justify it, but it's not just the way his voice sounds, it's like the whole cadence of his...
Ah, yeah, okay. That you have to reproduce that, because that doesn't change as somebody gets older.
Yeah, he has this way of talking where everything sounds like a one-liner.
Which is unlike him, because normally his jokes were very subtle.
Yeah. It goes in and out. There are times where I'm like, okay, this is fine. But when he gets too many lines in a row, it starts to get really janky.
Oh, because each one sounds like a one-liner. So there's like there's a punchline. Every single line is a punchline. Yeah,
the less he talks, honestly, the less he talks, the better he is. So, like I said, he might get better. He might pick it up, towards the back end of the season. But I think if he didn't, then they should strongly reconsider recasting him again to somebody who can do it a little bit better, because it is quite jarring. Everybody else is good. Most of them don't sound any different. Peggy does sound older.
Well, she should, though.
Yeah, but the other ones all sound pretty much the same. Even the kids, like Bobby mostly sounds just like Bobby. Bobby's voice change is kind of like, the best way I can equate it was like Luffy's voice change during the time skip.
I didn't know that Luffy's voice changed.
It did.
Probably only in the English version.
very, oh yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. But like very subtly. It's not like the voice actor or anything changed. She just tried to talk a little bit deeper. So it's kind of the same with Bobby.
Basically the way that his voice is when he's angry or about to start something.
Yeah.
Even when he's young, he's doing that.
Yeah. So it's very subtle, but it's there. But that's about the only other voice change that I really noticed. And then just in terms of storyline, so Hank and Peggy are retired now. Bobby owns a restaurant, or Bobby's a minority owner in a restaurant.
Damn, so Bobby's not a stand-up comedian. I'm disappointed.
He went into the restaurant trade.
I was really rooting for him.
But my biggest gripe with that is that not with the restaurant. I mean, I'm fine with his thing with the restaurant, but I hope that Hank kind of falls back into propane. Like, I'd like to see him, go back to Strickland or something. Like, it sounds like they're kind of leading up to it because a lot of the episodes have kind of been focused on how bored he is in retirement.
So he's got to start selling propane and propane accessories.
I feel like he tries to get the jokes in about the propane, but I feel like it's really missing him just working in it. So I'd like to see him maybe go back to Strickland or maybe open his own place. Maybe that's where it leads.
Maybe he'll go crazy and start selling propane just independently, just not even selling it, but like giving it to people. Like, hey, I see you could use some propane here. He just takes the coal away, puts the propane tank in there.
Actually, one of the episodes does focus on the fact that Bobby's restaurant uses coal instead of or charcoal instead of propane.
Damn, that's
one of the first episodes deals with that. Yeah,
that's harsh. That's a slap in the face.
I'd like to see them maybe reestablish a little bit more of the status quo to help tie things together. But so far, it's been pretty good. Bobby drifted away from Connie, but I just got to the point where they've kind of started being friends again.
I mean, I was at the point in the show where they're not even together, so it's not. I wouldn't even be surprised if they had drifted apart. So now you're telling me that it's like an on-off, on-again, off-again situation with them.
Well, yes and no. They drifted apart until, they just randomly ran into each other, and then now they're friends again. So I just got to the episode where they're friends again. And Bobby lives with Joseph, so that's a thing. But Joseph is a very small part in this show. I kind of would have liked to see maybe a little bit more of him, but he's kind of, I mean, like he was in the original series, but he's kind of like a comic relief character where I would have seen, and they introduced like a new side character for Bobby in the restaurant who's a little more serious. I think the voice actor who plays him is the same voice actor who plays, I don't know if you're far enough in the series, who plays the Mexican guy at Strickland.
No, I don't remember.
I was just thinking, like, why introduce a new character when why wouldn't you have just like slotted in Joseph into the restaurant?
Well, because people meet new people.
I guess it's true.
I realize what you would prefer, but I think they were just trying to expand the horizons a little bit. That's why I'm kind of surprised that everything was still more or less status quo beyond a couple of these minor things. It seems like they were very set in their ways.
Status quo works.
Yeah,
like
no,
a lot of TV shows don't add new characters and aren't successful in adding new characters.
Yeah, but this is like basically a reboot, not a reboot, but like a continuation. So they could have done all this. They could have changed it up. It may not have worked. Maybe that's why they were very conservative about that. But it was an opportunity that they could have potentially taken.
I just don't think it adds anything. Like, I think I would have just preferred more, like I said, more Joseph there than just some side character who has maybe too many lines for not a lot of payoff.
You got to write in. You got to write in and tell them, hey, this is bothering me.
No, it's all good. I mean, you live with the good and the bad. They want to change it. You see how it's not like he gets in the way. It's just.
Are they actually planning to expand this, like to go for many, many years, or is this going to be one and done?
I'd imagine. I mean, I was just reading this morning that apparently the reboot has been very successful and has generated a lot of money for Hulu. So.
Well, okay.
And that's my other gripe is that, unfortunately, King of the Hill, they didn't put it like back on Fox or whatever, right? They put it on Hulu. So you're going to get, it's 10 episodes, 10 like 25-minute episodes. So you get 10 25-minute episodes like every 3 years. I wish they would have thrown it back on Fox or something, done a full season run and kept it yearly.
How does that even work? Like, does Fox actually run shows like it used to?
Well, yeah, Simpsons is on Sunday, Family Guy's on Sunday.
But they're also released on like Disney, right? Disney Plus.
Yeah, but that's fine. Their primary thing is network, and then they just release it on the streaming app.
Oh, so network is like they still push the network releases. I just assumed all that went away.
I would say that's probably where most of their money still comes from.
Really? From the advertising?
Maybe not most of their money, but a good chunk of their money. Well, I mean, we've talked about this before. Streaming doesn't make anything.
I know, but it's just surprising to me that people still watch advertising.
I don't even know what they have on Sunday nights anymore. I think Simpsons got bumped. Isn't Simpsons on Thursdays or something now?
I have no idea. I'm wondering what demographic watches it. Like, I wonder, like, do younger people watch network TV?
I don't know. I don't. I haven't had a cable subscription since I was 18 years old.
Yeah, like I haven't watched network TV in a very, very, very long time.
I don't know. I don't know enough about viewing patterns, but I mean, I still would have figured. They get so much weird stuff on that Sunday lineup, though, I know now, too. Like, I know they still have Family Guy, and I think they have Bob's Burgers, but then they always try new stuff, and it never works. It lasts like a season. I'm like, just fucking throw King of the Hill back on there.
Well, give them time.
Give it 20 episodes. Well, that's kind of my hope, is that maybe that this was successful enough that Fox is now going to go like,
We want it back.
yeah, put it back in next season with a full season.
Yeah, maybe this is the pilot season. Because, sometimes pilot seasons are only half the length or shorter than that. So fingers crossed, I guess.
I just don't want it to end up in streaming hell.
Wow. It's not on Netflix, though. So they're going to continue it.
Probably. But like I said, the thing with streaming is you get 10 episodes and it takes like 3 years for each season to come out.
Yeah, but there's so many other things to watch that it's fine.
I know, but I just want my classic King of the Hill, 25 episodes a year or whatever it is, every year.
That's very Hank Hill of you.
That's right. I'm stuck in the old days. God forbid I actually get a chance to watch a TV show in more than one sitting in 2025.
I know. God forbid you have to wait a week to watch the next episode.
Yeah, like I'm fine with waiting a week though. Like I'm okay with that. I'm okay with waiting a week to watch the next episode, as long as there's more than 10 episodes.
You know what they'll do? No, that's how they'll appease everybody. They will make it on Fox, but they'll only give you 10 episodes. So they'll make it so that it's every 2 weeks, and that's how they'll elongate it. It's every 2 weeks. They're going to give you King of the Hill. It's going to be, you're going to have to wait. They're going to get everybody that way. You're going to love it. The people who like streaming are going to love it. Everybody wins.
I wouldn't watch a weekly show that I knew only had 10 episodes. I would wait until they're all out.
Why?
For 20 episodes, I don't know. For 20 episodes, I'd be like, okay.
That's such a.
For 10 episodes, I'd be like, no, I'm just gonna wait.
But why? Why is that's such a weird take?
No, I don't think so. I don't know. I just think like 20 episodes is like half the year, so that's good, and you can catch up once a week, and it's just like standard. But 10 episodes is like, I'm just gonna waste 2.5 months for nothing. Like, especially if it's every other week, like that'd be too much of a space out.
Well, okay, so but let's say it was every week. Let's say for whatever reason they did it every week, but only 10 episodes.
I don't know. Because I don't know. I just think it would be more efficient for me to just sit down and watch the fucking series for, the 3.5 hours that's going to take.
I guess because it's only 10 episodes, it's way easier to binge it than with 20 episodes.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, yeah, that's kind of, yeah.
Yeah, in that case, it makes sense.
Like if it was 10 1-hour episodes, okay, maybe I'll watch it every week then. But yeah, I don't know. 10 half-hour episodes is just like, I'll just sit down and watch it one night. Like, at the length that movies are, it's barely the length of a friggin' 2 movies. Unless I'm really like really hyped for it. Even if it's 10 episodes, I'll be like, okay, I'll watch week to week. Just because I don't want to wait.
What would you be so hyped for?
I think I watched last season of From like that.
What's From again? Is that horror show?
Yeah, the horror show from the creators of Lost. And I'll probably watch the next season of From like that also. But I think that's the only TV show that I would do that for. If House came back, I'd watch that every week. And I'd probably watch the same episode every day that week until the next episode came out.
Wow, yeah, you're our big fan of that, eh? Is that your favorite show?
Yes.
Unequivocally.
Yes.
It's always fun when somebody has you ask them a favorite and they just tell you immediately, no questions asked. Because not everything has that.
TV shows, that's the only thing I could ever tell you that for.
Because you hesitated for video games. You don't know what to tell me for video games. It's always
video games. I mean, like I said, right now I'll tell you Expedition 30. Yeah, right now I'll tell you Expedition 33. I don't know if I'll tell you that in 5 years. I don't know if I'll.
Maybe Wu Chang is the next one.
It's probably not Wu Chang.
But then movies probably I don't think you had one for me.
I do have a favorite movie, which I do know, but I don't know if I would be as strongly opinionated about it, like I said, as I am House.
Isn't it One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
No, my favorite movie is Green Mile.
Okay, but One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is another one that you really like.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is my favorite book.
Ah, but not your favorite movie.
Although it is a very good movie. I guess those are easy. Those do come right to mind. But I don't feel as strongly about them as I do House.
Like you wouldn't take a bullet for them.
If somebody said we're going to go outside Fox's station, head station and wherever they were, and we're going to protest for House to bring House back on the air, and they were just I knew there were just going to be 5 people out there, I'd still be booking my ticket.
Damn. Okay. Well, let's get this set up. We can start this.
I'd still be booking my ticket.
Where's Fox located?
I'd have no idea.
We got to find that out. Figure out where Fox is and start a
probably
protest.
Somewhere in California, right?
Yeah, I guess it would be, right? I'm thinking either New York City or somewhere in LA. All right, so I'm gonna start penciling things in.
Yeah, you start organizing a big house.
We got to get a Hugh Laurie on board as well.
No, Hugh Laurie does absolutely not want to do it. He's said that many times.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's why we got to force him to get on board.
That's true, yeah. Hold him at gunpoint. Yeah.
Why don't you look in this briefcase, Hugh?
Yeah. He wakes up on the set of House in a fucking hospital.
The first episode is him diagnosing what's wrong with him.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a reality series now. We'll break his leg just so he has to use the cane.
Well, now it's for real. Yeah, this is like,
Yeah.
this is pure method acting, Hugh. We got you. We got you.
I don't know what they would do for a modern House because so much changed at the end of the original run that it probably wouldn't be good in 2025, but I would still advocate for it.
He'd probably be lambasted in some way. They'd probably want to tone him down a little bit.
Well, that's the thing too is, every once in a while I will watch the House. I will watch House, and very often I'll be like, yeah, you can't get away with this now. Same with like things like The Office. I think they've even said, I think Greg Daniels even said that like, you can't get away with like a modern Office, but they're trying. They're doing a new series in the world of The Office, which comes out in a few weeks. It's called The Paper, and it follows a newspaper agency or whatever you want to call it.
In Scranton?
I don't know where it is actually, but somewhere close by, because Oscar is in it. He's the only carryover character. I guess his story arc is that he really hates the fact that the documentary crew has somehow found him again at his new workplace.
That is funny though. Come on.
That's not the story,
that's
but
a good shtick.
That appears to be his. Yeah, that appears to be the shtick for his character. We'll see how that pans out. But there was a lot of stuff in The Office also that you just cannot recreate in 2025. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. But yeah, I would be afraid that they would water down House if they were to bring it back. He says a lot of like really racist stuff. Like there's one episode towards the end of the series. I don't know why. Don't ask me why this sticks out in my head. But it's an episode where Chase gets stabbed, so they're doing an inquiry. So they're talking to another doctor who's gonna, make a decision on what happens to House and his team. And they're retelling the whole story. And the Asian doctor on his team tells the guy that she came up with some diagnosis, and House said, "Unsquint your eyes and pay attention," or something like that to the Asian doctor. And so he asks House, "Did you actually say this?" And he leans over, there's a tape recorder, and he leans over the tape recorder and he goes, "I actually said unsquint your eyes and pay attention." And I'm like, can't say that now. You can't even say that now on TV, like in a joke.
I mean, I'm sure they could still do it. If they do make it again, they probably would still have stuff like that. But yeah, that is a bit harsh.
Yeah.
For today's atmosphere. It could have been worse. Let's be honest. He could have said way worse,
but he probably has also. Like, I don't know why that one sticks in my mind, but it does.
Because he says it twice.
It really is out of pocket. It really is out of pocket. Like, even for House,
it's like he improvised it, right?
But I'm sure he's done.
Maybe he improvised it. Maybe Hugh Laurie just said it, and there's like the question that the other doctor was asking, like, did you really say that? Maybe that was genuine disbelief that Hugh Laurie would say that. Because he was like sick of it. He wanted to get fired. Oh, that's it. That was the end of the show too, right? Like nearing the end. So he's like, I want to get fired. Let's be as racist as we can be. And then somehow that went into the character. So everything turned out well for him. Damn, poor Hugh. Now I feel bad about giving him the briefcase.
Anyways, on the subject of media, why don't we talk about our new movie?
Marcel the Shell with Shoes On from 2021. Man, I watched this like a few hours ago.
Okay.
The sun was shining. I had just woken up at noon or thereabouts, but I loved this movie.
Did you?
I loved it.
It was really interesting.
It was fantastic.
It was an interesting movie. Did you watch the short films?
I didn't watch the short films, but you know what? Like it was 1 hour and a half of just bliss. It was a beautiful movie.
I watched the short films last week, and then I watched the movie last night.
What did you think?
I'm just gonna say really quick, like the short films are probably kind of worth a watch, but they probably were worth a watch before the movie. But they were only 4 minutes each, so once I knew that, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna sit down and watch them. The tone of the movie is way different than the short films.
Are the short films silly? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, the short films are just really like quick cuts of like they even show some of the short film in the movie when they're showing the documentary on the YouTube, and they just show those few quick clips, like the one thing she says, like, "I use toenails to ski," or whatever like that. That's from the actual short film. It's just really quick things where they just go around the house and Marcel says like, "Oh, I do this with this, and this is how I do this," and
very cutesy.
You want to see how I turn a page? Yeah. So the tone of the movie was completely different. Like it was pretty heavy at times.
It was heavy. I teared up several times during the movie, which doesn't happen often. So you can tell it was a very touching movie, in my opinion.
Yeah, but it's literally a mockumentary about, I guess, some shell, some humanized shell who walks and talks and has a life and has a community and a family. And I guess this guy moves into this Airbnb and finds the shell and says, I'm going to make a documentary about him.
But the thing is, he doesn't have a community at that point. He used to, but now it's just him and his grandmother. But the community is gone because the couple that originally lived in that house, they had, they had progressively worse and worse fights. And this community made an alarm system where they would all, or evacuation system where they would all go hide in a closet or in a cupboard, in a drawer. And this was the sock drawer. And one time where, for whatever reason, Marcel and his grandmother didn't go there, but everybody else did, they were dumped into a suitcase as the guy left the house. The guy in the relationship left. And that's how Marcel lost his entire community.
Right. So the movie starts with just a normal slice of life kind of thing. Here's how I do things, et cetera, et cetera. And then it pretty much moves into Marcel's trying to find his family again.
It's pretty heavy.
It is. He has a fight with the documentary guy and over him not sharing and all that kind of stuff and talking about his life, and then his grandma dies, and then all that, which I don't understand what this thing is supposed to be.
It's a shell with shoes on.
But did the community coexist with this family? Like it's a big community and they all like walk and talk and all that kind of stuff, and they take things and they move things around the house. Like, did the humans know that they were alive?
They probably did, but what I would be interested then is because they ended up contacting the girl in the relationship because she was able to help track down where his family ended up being. But I'm wondering, why is it that to the girl and to the woman and the man who used to live there, why is it that none of this was like, why weren't they interested in seeing them if they knew about them?
Like, you have these walking, talking things that are essentially, clearly, have a high intelligence and,
very
like
high intelligence
family at that point. Like if something that's, even that small was walking around and being like, hey, Dustin, I wouldn't just move out. And I mean, first, I probably wouldn't move out right away. But if I got to the point where like,
you'd go see a doctor because
things,
you'd think you were hallucinating.
Right. But so if I got to the point where I'd be living with these things, if I moved out, I wouldn't just be like, you guys, like,
I don't need you.
Like that would be kind of weird.
So maybe they were just hiding. Maybe they were like always out of sight, out of mind.
But a lot of their stuff they talked about, like, didn't seem like they were set up in plants. And like, as a human, I'm like, where did this treehouse come from? Like, they talked about tree houses and things getting knocked over, and I'm just
ghosts. People just attribute that to ghosts, right? Oh, it's
just tree houses popping up in your pot plants and tennis balls rolling around on the floor.
No, but that was the thing. No, that was only after.
Direction.
That was only after. The tennis balls were an invention that Marcel and his grandmother made. So they only devised that as a community afterwards.
Okay, but still, they're at the new place now, right? So,
but they own it now.
The tennis balls are rolling around on the floor with the new guy, with the old guy who's in the new house with the old guy, with the original owner.
It's not with him. They're not in that place.
Well, where did they end up? Are they back in the Airbnb?
They're back in the Airbnb.
Oh, so they took all the shells. So they just went to this guy's house and said, can I have all your shells?
Well, because they don't belong to him.
Can I have all your anthropomorphized shells?
Yeah.
What do you mean they don't belong to him? Like, they're still...
They're sentient.
You still can't just go into somebody's house and be like, just let me
just
take your shells. Yeah,
but he didn't know he had them. That's the thing. They didn't know.
Well, they would have reestablished the community. So
I don't think they were
like,
aware
what
of
shells?
them.
The shells the shells that are in the tree houses in your pot
in your
plants.
dirty sock drawer, buddy.
Yeah. I just don't understand how this universe works.
Look, you have to put some disbelief. You have to suspend some disbelief because remember, they're grabbing things even though they don't have any arms.
It's true. They don't really. Do they really grab things though? I don't think there's any point where you see them pull stuff.
Marcel chisels artwork into the back of a mirror. I don't know how that happens. I don't know how you do that with no arms.
And then what kind of lifespan do they have? Because I didn't expect the grandma to just die of natural causes, because it's just like,
No, she died from a hole in her head.
I don't think she really died from the hole in her head. She was getting better.
No, but she was faking it. She was faking it for the sake of Marcel.
She was faking getting better?
No, remember, there was a point in time where the documentary guy, he says, like, Marcel's just worried about you. He'll only do it if you get better. And then she ponders about it, and she thinks that, okay, this is what I have to do. I have to fake it. And one of the things she does actually is, aside from just trying to be more chipper about everything, which is very exhausting. First of all, she hides the food, so it looks like she has a good appetite, but she ends up hiding it and giving it to like the spiders or whatever. But the other thing is she actually gets a crayon at one point and colors her face a little bit, so it looks like she has rosy cheeks. And Marcel says like, oh, she even has some of her color back. And that was, oh man, that was such a sad part to me. It's like, Jesus Christ.
It was very heavy. It was very heavy.
But that was like, she was definitely doing her best to get him to come out of his rut.
But she was also like, I don't know if I'm still convinced that it was like, I think she was dying anyways, right? Because
she was getting old. Yeah, she was very old at that point.
So that still goes back to what I was saying. Like, I don't understand like how she's aging. Like, how do they even age? How do they reproduce? It's just not even a.
Well, maybe that's a sequel. It's where Marcel tries to get a woman.
I don't know. I don't understand the universe rules in this movie.
It was interesting because when I was about to watch the movie, I was thinking like, okay, so this movie's going to be about snails, right? But no. I just assumed that was something to do with shells, and then the title screen looks like it's drawn with a snail trail. But no, it wasn't. It was nothing to do with snails. And even the things that are in the community, I was thinking like, oh, well, they're all going to look the same. They're going to be like that type of thing where it's a shell with shoes and one eye, I guess. But no, some of them were like peanuts. Like half-open peanuts? One of them was a pistachio?
I don't get the universe rules.
But it's hilarious. Come on. This is the type of movie that's like, wow, this is... I don't know what they were thinking, but I'm glad they were.
Yeah, that's fair. I also don't know who it was for. I feel like it was a kid's movie, but...
It's a family movie. Family comedy.
I guess that's just the best way to put it. It's just a family comedy. Yeah, it was an okay movie. No, it wasn't my favorite movie, but
wow, I really thought you were going to be like all up in that.
No, but it was serviceable for what it was. And
I love how they got Conan O'Brien as one of the cameos.
He had one line.
I know, but it's just hilarious.
They probably had him do it when I don't know, one of them was advertising a show on his talk show, and part of that deal was probably you have to say this one line for us.
And also the fact that they actually filmed a 60 Minutes episode. That was the whole reason why they've managed to find Marcel's community again, is just because they were able to film a whole 60 Minutes episode with Marcel and release it on television.
So again, people had to know because they filmed an entire fucking actual 60 Minutes episode on this show.
They knew after. It's because Marcel got popular on YouTube thanks to the documentary creator.
Well, yeah, no, I get that, but like, it's not a Toy Story, you know what I mean? Like, it's not a Toy Story situation where they're like hiding.
No, it's not. It's not.
So
they can interact with people. You know, one of the things that, though, I think is probably now that I think about it, is one thing about suspending your disbelief is when Marcel speaks. Marcel's tiny. I think when a creature who's that tiny speaks, you wouldn't be able to hear them.
Well, I get that, but there's a million pieces of media that do that.
Oh, I get it. But if you're going like the realistic route, like if you're trying to simulate this in real life in the future, if you're trying to genetically engineer something like this.
So it's not the realistic route that I have a problem with. Like I said, it's the rules of the universe were inconsistent. I think I get too hung up with that in this movie. Like, I'll suspend my disbelief as long as it's consistent. That's my biggest issue with the movie. But again, it's just a family movie. It's, whatever. It's tongue-in-cheek and all that kind of stuff. I think that's what caught me off guard because it made sense in the short films. Like I said, it was just stupid little things.
There was nothing deep about the short films.
There was nothing deep about the short films, right? So I remember when I watched short films, I was like, how are you even going to make this into a movie? I don't even understand.
Yeah, I felt that way when I started watching the movie because the movie starts with stuff like that too, like just kind of silly, whimsical stuff.
Yeah, it does. I was like, how do you even, put it into that? But it works in the short film version because, like I said, you don't have to think that deeply about it. I mean, you don't have to think that deeply about it in the movie either. But just like they tried to make it bigger, which was what my fear was watching the short films. I was like, oh, they're gonna make it bigger, and it's gonna get lost in itself.
It's gonna overstay its welcome.
I don't think it overstayed its welcome. Like I said, I think they just need to be more consistent with its rules. Otherwise, it's a fine movie. It deals with grief and it's humorous. And I don't think they needed to rerun the puking in the car bit 6 times.
Wow, I mean, come on. It was cute every single time.
It wasn't. It was cute like the
It was
first time.
adorable.
Like, okay, 2, I get it. 3, no, now you're pushing it. Oh, okay, you're doing it again. All right. Oh, and again.
That's the staple of British humor, right? They do that sometimes. They'll repeat the same thing until it becomes so nonsensical that you find it funny again.
They didn't reach that point. They didn't do it enough to get
All
to that
right,
point.
all right. Hey, I still found it amazing.
That's good. Like I said, I don't think it was a movie for me, but I think people can find the humor in it. There's a lot. There's a lot to like there, So I get it. So I guess the question then becomes this or Pump Up the Volume.
I'm choosing this.
Oh my God!
I know we've toppled Pump Up the
Wow.
Volume. No more Christian Slater. Marcel the Shell with shoes
Slater's
on.
gone. It's now all about Marcel.
I really enjoyed this movie. This is a movie that I'm going to be recommending to people wholeheartedly.
Very good. Well, there you go. That's high praise because Pump Up the Volume's been there for like a year now. So
I'm very surprised. I didn't expect that, but hey.
Me too. I didn't expect that either. I didn't expect you to even like this movie, let alone.
What? I love movies like this where they're like just weird and whimsical.
Yeah, you do like weird stuff. And for me, it does not beat right along. So that's
Wow. Ice Cube still takes the cake for you, eh? You're his biggest fan, I think.
Oh, I'm not his biggest fan. We didn't even get to talk about War of the Worlds today.
Oh, yeah, I know about that.
And I wanted to talk
I
about
want to
War
watch War of the
today.
Worlds because he's such a good actor in that.
I wanted to talk about that today, but we don't have the time for it.
Wait, so did you actually watch it?
I did not watch it. I've just watched clips of it.
We gotta make that a movie night.
I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch it.
Well, come on. If you're among friends and everybody's laughing hysterically at Ice Cube saying his lines in a very stilted way, I think that's a wonderful thing to do.
I really like War of the Worlds. I don't want to ruin it by watching this garbage.
You're a purist for War of the Worlds. Fair enough.
Well, I'm not a purist. I just like it, and I don't want to watch a movie that...
You must be a big fan of the Tom Cruise movie, then.
I like the Tom Cruise movie.
Really?
I do like the Tom Cruise movie. Yeah.
Wow.
There's nothing wrong. There's nothing inherently wrong with the Tom Cruise movie. There's some minor things like the boy disappearing and then turning okay. That's kind of stupid.
I thought the sound effects were really good.
And the girl can't keep her mouth shut for more than 5 seconds. But overall, I mean, there wasn't anything wrong with the movie compared to the short story. But I do like War of the Worlds. It just has a crappy ending. But for some reason, I don't mind looking past that. So I don't want to ruin it with this.
But maybe the clips are just showing the worst parts. Maybe it's like amazing.
The clips are
beyond that.
absolutely showing the worst parts, but it's not amazing otherwise. The movie I think has a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I think that's a pretty amazing achievement, don't you think?
Oh, it is.
0%? What else? What other movie can possibly say that it has 0%?
I think it's the lowest rated film like this decade or something like that.
I wonder what the lowest rated movie of all time is.
Oh, it's 3% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Damn, it's not special anymore. What is the lowest rated movie? Oh, there we go. List of films with a 0% rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, are there some with 0? Okay.
So let me see what the newest one is so we can kind of gauge. Wow, it's 2025. There's one. Alarum. I've never heard of it. I kind of want to watch some of these movies just to see how, why is it there? Wait, what? Problem Child? Why is Problem Child rated as 0? Was that really considered a terrible movie to that point?
What that is.
Problem Child, doesn't it have, yeah, it has, it's the one with Gilbert Gottfried. He plays a dentist.
John Ritter. Yeah, on its surface, it shouldn't be a bad movie, but there you go. Yeah, it does have a 0%.
I really hated the kid. Like, I genuinely hated him, but I can't imagine. The comedy is at the level of any other 90s comedy, isn't it?
Mean-spirited and hopelessly short on comic invention.
Yeah, mean-spirited is a good way of putting it.
Unpleasant comedy that's loaded with manic scenery chewing and juvenile pranks.
Manic scenery chewing? Come on, look at the actors.
The audience score on Cinema Score is an A-.
Yeah, see, it's all over the place. Police Academy. So one of the Police Academies has a 0.
Which one?
4.
Police Academy movies did drop off.
Yeah. Oh man, they made 7 of them. Wow.
I was gonna say, I think 4's probably around when they dropped off.
I think I maybe remember the first 2. I don't even remember watching the other ones.
So there you go. It's not a 0, but it's a 3. I was looking forward to it before it came out. I was like, I'd watch this, but no. it took it took exactly 0 seconds to be shown how bad it is.
I guess you dodged a bullet.
But anyways, point is, Ice Cube is nothing. I don't really care about him.
Wow, strong words.
Mind you, I do like a lot that he's in, but he's not he's in it, I'm gonna go watch it kind of guy.
Right. Tom Holland is the only actor that you feel that way about.
Yep. He's the only one when I hear his name, I actively avoid a movie.
Oh, that joke will never get old.
It's not a joke. It's the truth.
I know. I'm just... Exactly.
It's only a joke because you laugh and you have your name on Discord, which is going to get banned.
It won't get banned. Why would it get banned?
Because I'm going to ban it. I'm going to ban the phrase Tom Holland.
You should just censor it. You should make it so that whenever somebody types Tom Holland, it becomes stars.
There you go. Then your name's just going to pop up as stars.
Exactly. Or change it to some like slur.
There you go. Anyways, why don't you tell us what our next movie is?
Didn't I pick it last time?
Did you pick Marcel?
Yeah, and then I said it and you were just like baffled. What the hell did I just say?
Okay, I'll pick it then. Here we go. Brokeback Mountain.
Oh yeah, nice. I haven't seen it, but I always had it on my list to see what all the fuss was about. It's about cowboys, right? Really manly.
It's about gay cowboys.
Oh, it's about gay cowboys. Okay, so really manly.
Yeah, I read the short story of this when I was in university.
Oh, this was actually based on a short story? Oh, jeez.
Yes.
Everything's based on something.
The 1997 short story by Annie Proulx. And I did read it as part of one of my English classes.
Did you like it?
I don't think I had any strong opinions either way about it, to be honest.
Well, was it well written, for example?
I don't remember enough about it. We're talking like 16 years ago, so
16 years ago. Jeez, that's nothing.
not nothing. I can barely remember what happened last year, let alone 16 years ago. I just know I didn't have any strong opinions about it because I would remember it. There you go. Watch the movie. Jake Gyllenhaal, Heath Ledger, Anne Hathaway,
Some top tier actors right there.
Randy Quaid. He's the lesser Quaid. Anna Faris, David Harbour. Isn't David Harbour the
Yeah, David Harbour's the guy from Stranger Things. And Randy Quaid, this is the guy that kills himself in Independence Day to save the world. You can't say anything bad about Randy Quaid.
I just said he was the lesser Quaid.
Yeah, but Jesus.
He is the lesser Quaid.
You say that, but it's thanks to him that they knew how to destroy the ships. Just send some guy who's suicidal into them.
That's not an acting credit. It's not an acting credit. That's something that happened in one of his movies.
I liken actors to the roles that they play if I've only ever seen them in one role. And because I've only ever seen him in that movie, I just assume that that's him through and through. This is why, for me, Tom Holland will only ever be Nathan Drake from Uncharted. Because I've never seen him in Spider-Man. Well, I will eventually, but...
And then he's going to be just Tom Holland.
Yeah, but he'll miss that spark then about being Nathan Drake.
Kate Mara's in this. I really like Kate Mara, so that's good. Good actors in here.
Hey, I mean, that movie was like touted as being amazing when it came out, wasn't it?
It was. It's true. Yeah, it was.
It could even topple Marcel the Shell with shoes on. Who knows?
It's possible. It's not quirky though. It's not a quirky movie. It's not a quirky movie
oh, no,
though.
It's
so
not.
I don't think you're.
I thought it was going to be like a romantic comedy type deal.
It's not a comedy.
I know it's not. I know. I'm not an idiot. I've seen the parodies on like Mad TV and all the other skit shows.
That's true. Okay, well, that's a good movie. It's a good standard movie. Sometimes it's nice to go back into the
standard movie. I, for one, am very happy that we discovered Marcel the Shell with shoes on, because if it weren't for this random movie...
You never would have heard about it. We found a few movies like that, so it's...
Exactly. Pump Up the Volume was also like that.
It's been good because we've had the opportunity to see some cult classics, some bad movies, some mainstream movies that we never ever would have seen, otherwise,
or even attempted to watch.
Yeah, or even attempted to watch. But there we go. Why don't you tell us what our word of the fortnight is?
All right, the word of the fortnight this time around comes from Liza P., the DLC, once again, as last time, but it's only one. The word is eventide, Eventide. It's a noun, and all it means is evening time. It's just the evening, that's all. And my example is, since it's eventide somewhere, you can drink whenever you want. I didn't know what this meant when I saw this, because this is actually the title of an area. It describes part of an area. And I had no idea what it was. I had to look it up right then and there.
Oh, there we go. Eventide. So hopefully, maybe, some people are going to be watching this during Eventide.
And drinking.
And drinking. Drunkentide.
Drunkentide. Oh, that's cool. I like that.
All right, guys. Time to wrap this up with a little bit of Pokemon. Do 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 do. Last season, we did a tournament judging legendary Pokemon cries. And this season, we are revealing what those Pokemon are. So we're looking at Pokemon. We're looking at round 15 today. To start with, it was, again, between Pokemon's 44 and 85. 44 lost. And here's the sound. And it belongs to Calyrex.
I can see that sound coming from this.
Yeah, actually, I can see this sound too. Yeah.
Wait a second.
What is this Pokemon?
I know it looks.
Is it? I thought it was like a dandelion spore.
But it has a head.
But it looks like a deer. Yeah, I think it's a really thin deer with a.
Is it a deer or a bunny with like human shape?
Oh, maybe a bunny. Oh yeah, maybe a bunny.
It's got long socks as well.
It does have socks on.
It's got little butterfly wings. It's got a necklace made of balls.
A bipedal Pokemon with legs twice as long as its torso.
It has the Triforce on the balls too.
Oh, it does. Yeah, you're right. What even kind of Psychic and Grass? This is a very interesting Pokemon, and it has two different forms. It had where the I turned into it. It's just the buddy riding the horse.
Oh my god! It has the same facial expression. This nonchalant facial expression. This is the funniest thing. Do you see the one where he's riding the purple horse? He's just looking straight into the camera. Oh my god. This is like a meme Pokemon. This isn't even...
This is a meme Pokemon.
This is insane. Hold on. We gotta post this in Discord under memes.
Oh, that's funny. That's actually hilarious. So it's some bunny Pokemon. Anyways, it's from Sword and Shield, the DLC, the Crown Tundra DLC. It's the mascot of that DLC. Ice Rider and Shadow Rider, which are formed by uniting with Glastrier and Spectrier. Oh, I see. So those are also Pokemon. And then I guess they just merge using the Reins of Unity. Why does he need Reins of Unity? Just get on the fucking horse. That might be the funniest Pokemon we've come across, actually.
That's hilarious. Like, and sorry, what generation did you say they're from?
This is the new Sword and Shield generation.
Wow,
the brand new one.
Man,
DLC.
I did not expect Game Freak to come out with something this good. All is forgiven. He's riding a horse. Come on. So wait, is the horse? Hold on, because I was busy with like putting the pictures in the Discord. Did you say that the horse is part of the like? What is the horse exactly? Does it just manifest somehow?
So the horse is just another Pokemon.
Oh, it's a separate Pokemon. Okay, that actually makes a bit more sense then.
Who might be further into this thing because they are also legendaries, apparently.
Oh, so one legendary riding another legendary.
Yep. They ride him using the Reins of Unity. He needs a specific rein to be able to jump on this horse. Ones that fit his little rabbit paws.
And he's still got the knee-high socks, of course.
Yep. So, yeah, he's got a cape. He grows a cape when he jumps on the horse, apparently.
Oh, he grows the cape. Okay.
Yep. I guess he grows the cape.
I know why he grows the cape. It's so that when he's riding the horse, the dirt that the horse kicks up doesn't hit him in the back. It's a legendary after all. He has to keep himself clean, nice and tidy, proper.
He doesn't look as amusing, though, in 3D.
Well, that's why you don't look at the 3D. You keep this wonderful image that we have on Discord in your mind because it's just so much better than anything you can come up with in the actual game, probably. That face is amazing. Come on.
Yep.
Both versions of that face.
Anyways, Calyrex lost in round 15 to 85, and this is 85.
Oh, that's right. This is the ghost that's walking around along the gravel.
And this Pokemon's name is Tinglu.
Nah, it doesn't look like a ghost. I don't know what it's got. Like, which part is which is the face? Is it like facing backwards? So it's to the right?
No, his face is like underneath the bowl. Yeah, on the right.
So it's carrying the bowl. Is that a bowl or is that another Pokemon? Oh, it's a member of the Treasures of Ruin. So it's one of the other... Because we saw Wo Xian, which was...
We saw one. Yeah, we saw Wo Xian.
The one that I thought was a horse, but it was not.
No, Wo Xian was the snail.
Yeah, but I thought it was a horse. Because it sounded...
I thought Wo Xian was a horse?
Yeah, it sounded like it. It had the
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. Yeah, because of the sound. Yeah. Yeah, no, so this is just another I don't know, like stumbling, bumbling Pokemon.
It's a dog.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
No, it's a moose.
A cloven hooved animal such as deer or moose. Yeah. Its shoulders are humped. Its head has several red markings. Upon its head is a large ritual vessel cracked down the middle with an ornate rectangular pattern resembling eyes at the front and several antler-like spikes jutting from the rim. So that's a interesting Pokemon. Except for his name. I don't know what these names are in this one. Anyway, so this one is from Sword and Shield, and this is one of those collectathon Pokemon. So what they have in Sword and Shield is in each of their quadrants of the map, you have to find, like, I don't remember how many it is, stakes in the ground. And once you find them all, then his little dungeon, cave, whatever, opens up, and you can capture him. So each of the 4 Ruins Pokemons act that way. The only one I ever captured was Wo-Chien.
Oh, so you did manage to get one.
I got Wo-Chien, yeah. He's the only one I got, only because I just ran into all his things. I wasn't going hunting for all the stakes, but that one I found them all just wandering around the map. So that's the only one I got. The other ones I was like, I'm not doing it. In rounds, let's see how far this guy went. So this guy went all the way. He went almost all the way, didn't he?
Yeah, we loved that sound effect.
Yeah, it was a good sound effect. He got knocked down in the quarterfinals. So, he went pretty far.
I wouldn't have chosen it. Again, based on the appearance, I would not have chosen it. Calyrex would have won if it was based on appearance.
That's why it was so important to just judge the sounds, because you just didn't know what you were getting into. Oh yeah, Calyrex probably would have won the whole tournament. That would have been the jinx of the legendaries.
Yeah, but it wouldn't even be the jinx, because you like it too.
That's true, yeah. All right, in round 16, number 63 went up against 66. Here's 63. It's the one that lost, and it was Zeraora.
All right, just a humanoid again.
Lightning thing. What's this guy even from? Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. I kind of like the way he looks, but it doesn't look like he belongs in Pokemon though. It looks like he belongs in like
Sonic.
Yeah, maybe Sonic actually. Yeah.
He has too many distinct colors though to be in Sonic.
That's true too. Yeah, too complicated to draw. But yeah, he probably does fit Sonic more than Pokemon though. But yeah, just an electric cat. Not much to say about him. He's from Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Where do you get him? Is he an event Pokemon? He is an event Pokemon. Of course he is.
I feel like 90% of the legendaries are event Pokemon that nobody will ever see.
Yeah, especially as you get further on. Event Pokemon during the DS and 3DS. Well, I guess even the later Game Boy games are like that because there were event Pokemon in Diamond and Pearl. Were they DS games? I think they were DS games. Were they Game Boy games? I can't remember what each generation was. But that middle generation of handheld games were all event Pokemon, and then now the Switch games are DLC.
See, they found out how to monetize the legendaries.
Oh, yes, they did.
That's great. Good for them. Aren't you happy for
I don't think they monetize. To be fair, though, I don't think they ever... Well, okay, they did with the DLC, you're right. But for the event Pokemon,
that's what I mean.
Think they were just
That's what I mean. Like, they thought, well, how can we make these event Pokemon even... we want to give them to everybody, but we don't want to give them away for free. Oh.
We want to give them to everybody, but not for free. They should just have a giant Pokemon that's just a money sign.
Don't they have that already? I'm sure they're missing out. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, but that's saying the quiet part out loud.
Oh, but imagine. No. You remember those unknowns or unown or whatever they're called?
Yeah.
So those are all different symbols. They can have the different currency symbols as this money Pokemon.
There you go. And just sell a whole DLC about them.
Oh, man. Do you know how many people would buy it?
All of them.
Every single person.
It's Pokemon. All of them would buy it. Yeah. All right. And 63 lost to 66, which is this one. And that one is Arceus.
Oh, is it Arceus? I thought it was pronounced Arceus, like Arse.
So, yeah, that's how I used to pronounce it too. But I think the game, right, because he was the focus of a game 2 years ago in a new style called Pokemon Legends. And I believe they pronounced it Arceus.
Okay. I still prefer Arceus.
Yeah, me too, because that's kind of the way the English language
just like I like to say Uranus instead of Uranus. It's all ass jokes on this podcast.
So he's one of those Pokemon that's like the creator of all things, along with something else.
Look, the title, like the subtitle of it is Alpha Pokemon. So this really appeals to the alpha males, doesn't it?
Ah, yes. This is the Andrew Tate of the Pokemon world. Yeah. So he's like a white, I don't know, deer-like Pokemon, or horse-like Pokemon, I guess.
Kind of looks like a finger, though. I don't know. You see, its legs kind of look like
He does,
fingers with nails
yeah, yeah. Oh, you're right. Actually, he's even got
and
he's even got the
knuckles.
coloring to make it look like nails.
That's pretty freaky if you think about it. Really, if you kind of just squint your eyes and cover his head, it looks like it's a hand grabbing you.
He's a weird guy, and he created the Pokemon of Myth: Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina.
Oh, he made Giratina because we talked about Giratina last time.
And as a matter of fact, he created the entire Pokemon universe.
He can destroy it with a snap of his fingers.
Well, he doesn't have fingers.
Well, his
but
legs.
His finger legs.
Exactly.
Yeah, his finger legs. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's the big boy in the Pokemon universe, probably until the next generation. Then there's another big boy.
Even Pokemon has power creep.
It's true. Even Pokemon has power creep. It's true. And Arceus went from... Oh, Arceus got knocked out in round 2.
I mean, it wasn't the sound like, again, this is a case where, like, appearance wise, yeah, I like it. He looks heavenly with the whatever the things around his it's like a ring around his finger legs, but its sound is kind of too digital for me.
It's true.
Yeah, it's like
and it's also an earlier one.
Well, no, is it? It wouldn't be that early.
Gen 4, Diamond and Pearl. Yeah, so it's not like the 16-bit sounds or whatever they were, but it's not like the advanced sounds like you get today.
Like with full voice acting.
Yeah, the highly evolved full voice acting sounds. Well, guys, that's it for today. Go out and watch your King of the Hill, now on Hulu, which is part of Disney+. I think Disney+ is absorbing Hulu, so...
Wow, Disney+ is absorbing everything eventually.
It's true. So go out and get your excellent Disney+ subscription, hashtag not an ad, and, watch King of the Hill, and then, go watch...
Marcel the Shell with shoes on.
Yeah, Marcel the Shell with shoes on. And Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah, back to back. They really fit together, probably.
Perfect drive-in movie night. Double feature.
I think so. For the kids, Brokeback Mountain, absolutely.
For the kid. Well, you watch Marcel first, and the kids will be asleep, and then the parents can watch Brokeback Mountain.
Or do the opposite. The kids will be wide awake from Marcel the Shell with shoes on, so they'll appreciate the double feature. Woo!